everybody. Thanks for tuning in. This is Terry with Total Life Pursuit, and you have reached video number 1 of the Total Life Pursuit physical video series. We are going to give you a lot of really good stuff, and I'm glad that you joined us in this video series. I'm glad you decided to make a change, to get a little healthier, to be a healthier you. This series of videos are going to help you on your journey to becoming more healthy. They're going to encourage you. They're going to teach you about different aspects of health, and they're going to give you practical ideas. I like practical ideas. I don't know about you, but someone droning on and telling me what I should or shouldn't do or why I should or shouldn't do it, that can be helpful, but what's really helpful is give me some practical tools, and I'm going to do that. Some of the videos will contain things that you've never heard, you didn't know. Some of the videos will contain things that you did know, and your mama told you that you should get enough sleep. You know what I'm saying? But you didn't, and so we're gonna go over those things. I'm gonna hopefully give you some motivating factors and give you some hacks as well. Hopefully they will be refreshing looks at old subjects, because if I'm honest, as a health coach, I found that when people say, "Oh, I know how to eat healthy," most they don't. And it's not their fault. They've just never done the good research. They've trusted, the food pyramid. Remember that thing? Did you know the food pyramid before we got the new MyPlate? That's the new government thing. The food pyramid, right before then, on the top of it, they put sweets. I'm sure that was motivated just by nutrition. Okay, so I'm going to teach you and maybe challenge you to think a little different when it comes to different aspects of your eating and different aspects of health. And there's so much more to physical health than eating right and exercising. Those are the two big things that we talk about. But I'm telling you, there are other things like stress levels. Stress levels will ruin you. It is said that you can't out-exercise a bad diet. I retort, because I'm a big fitness guy, you can't out-eat a sedentary lifestyle. Well, I'll tell you what, you can't, when you're stressed out, both of those things don't work maximally. They may be beneficial, but I'm telling you, when you live a stressed out life, you're going to cut the legs of your physical health, so to speak, off. Because your whole body and brain, part of your body, is connected. It's connected. Even your emotions, your soul is connected to your body. It's within your body. Your spirit is in your body. So the reality is the body is connected to every part of you, and every part is connected to the body. Your whole being, every area, the mental, the physical, the spiritual, the financial. Financial, how could you get that? Well, because when you're financially out of it, well, guess what? You can't afford good food. You get all stressed out. You can't finish the house. There's no, I remember this one thing, it was in counseling class, it was a situation. This is complete rabbit trail, but you'll get it in a second. Anyways, there was a situation that we were given about a man that was doing a remodel on his house, and he took off the bedroom door, like the master bedroom door, and he had children. And the marriage started going downhill. Well, that's, it turned out, the answer was to us, put on the bedroom door, because there was a practical application to the relationship. Did you get that? A bedroom door relationship. And that actually did improve the relationship because it gave them some privacy. I'm not going to go any further there. You can get it. I'm just saying that every area affects every area, and physical health is no different than that. There are pages in the back of the manual or towards back of the manual where you can write notes on all of the different teachings that we have for you, and that is on page 58. I believe that getting your physical health on track and growing in your physical health will absolutely affect all the other areas in life. The discipline, the attention, and the mastery that you will gain as you get healthier will aid you in every other part of your life. So I want to introduce the course to you here. It is designed as a 6-week course. You can work through it a little faster, but not too much faster. And you can work through it a little slower. That's okay. Week 1 is full of discovery. The first thing you need to get an understanding is of what you're eating, or why you're not moving, or why you sleep the way you sleep, or why you're stressed out. You'll find on page 9 those things that are going to help you in discovery and getting an understanding of why you do what you do. Because I always ask that question, and people really don't like that question, because you have to think, and you have to be honest, and you have to be real. You will then, after page 9, you work through some motivation, which is the second video that I'm going to teach is on motivation, but you'll work through that for becoming more healthy, because you got to have some motivation. You got to have motivation, as I'll tell you next time. You got to have motivation to enact your discipline, to change your behavior. You see, you got to have some kind of motivator. So after that, you will enter that self-discovery portion. That's where you really need to be honest. You know, when I ask, and I don't know that this is in the book, I can't remember whether it is or not, but when I ask questions to people like this: so why did you eat ice cream last night? I wanted to. Why did you want to? I don't know, I just wanted to. See, that's not a question. I wanted to, or an answer rather. That's not an answer. I wanted to. Why did you want to? I mean, let's get to the real thing of why you do what you do. I believe understanding is a key to life change. It's not the only key, but understanding will help you, because what it does is it gives you an opportunity to see what's really behind the decisions you make. What thinking is really undergirding your decisions, and then you can change that thinking. That's so good. There's a week 2 continues with evaluations, and then more self-discovery. I'm a big guy on self-discovery. I use it in my life coaching. I use it in health coaching. I want people to discover themselves and why they do what they do. All right. Week 2, there's also a fitness test. Now, once you get to the fitness test, you may not be able to perform some of those things. You may not have a suspension trainer or a pull-up bar, or may not be able to do a pull-up. Certainly the cardio step test, you may not be able to do that. That's okay. That is totally, totally fine. If you want some alternative things, you could just drop me an email and I'll give you alternatives to what's in the fit test. But the fit test is a great way for you to see where you're at fitness-wise. And it doesn't matter where you're at, because you're not going to stay there. You're going somewhere. There's going to be an upward trajectory in your life. So you want to do this fit test now, okay? Week 3 begins with the 4-week plan. Now you're thinking, what, week 3 and the 4-week plan? What are you talking about? So for 4 weeks, I'm going to challenge you to change your habits. I'm going to challenge you to change things in your life. And you are going to get to pick which things that you're going to change. Okay? And you're going to do this for 4 weeks in a row. After you set some goals for yourself, and let's keep them real. I've had people say, well, I need to lose about 50 pounds. And I want to do it in the next month or two. 50 pounds in a month or two. Okay, this isn't The Biggest Loser, where we work you out 6 hours a day and you see a doctor twice a day. Okay, that's not who this is, right? You're just going to incrementally lose weight if that's what you need to do. Or you're going to incrementally get more sleep or whatever. On page 37, you'll see 8 different categories for physical health. 8 different ones. Under each of those categories, you're going to see 3 different levels of challenges. You get to pick this week 2 categories, and you get to pick which level of challenge that you want to go for. Don't overdo it, okay? Now, you could pick more than 2 things. I mean, enjoyment and laughter might be 2 easy ones to pick, but you could pick more than 2 things if you want to. But I encourage you, don't go overboard and pick all 8, okay? It's going to be too much for you, all right? Because you don't have to do all of them. Didn't I say that before? You don't have to do all of them. Don't let that overwhelm you. You don't have to do all of them. Just pick 2 for this week, all right? Then you're going to complete the lifestyle eating, the food log, and the fitness training sections in your manual. Week 4 is basically a copy of week 3 with a few other things to do, all right? So you do the same thing. You pick those things. It's the same thing week 3 or week 4. Week 5, you're going to choose 2 different categories. So now we're going to level up. For 2 weeks, you've been doing those other 2 categories. Now you're going to pick 2 new categories and keep one of those categories into week 5, which means you'll be doing 3 categories in week 5. Now, what this means is I want you to pick the thing that you struggled with most to bring that into week 5. Don't pick the easy one that you have mastered. We're trying to get up a level. So pick that one, okay? There's an extra section for you to fill in about your calories, as well as you did all the things you did in week 4. Week 6 would be your last week. You'll add another category of health challenges. And I know that you're going to rise to the challenge because that's what you do. That's who you are. You rise to a challenge. You see the challenge? Oh, well, I'm going to take that. You're going to add another one. So you're going to do 4 this week. And everything this week will require a little bit more effort. We're figuring, hey, you're 5 weeks into this thing. You're 3 weeks into the 4-week health challenge. You are going to be able to do some more. So I want to raise your physical health to the next level. And to do that, I've got to increase the difficulty, or I've got to increase the effort to get to the next level. Because that's how you do it. You know, if you're doing push-ups, well, I can do 10. Well, good. So what do you want to be able to do? I want to be able to do 20. Well, guess what? You're going to have to do more than 10. You're going to do 10 2 times or 3 times, or you're going to do 12 or 15 or whatever it is to work up to be able to do 20. Does that make sense? So we have to raise the level just a little bit. Now, after you're done with week 6, you're not done. Because this isn't a one and done thing. This isn't like, oh, I made it through the manual, I ate good for 4 weeks, and now I'm going to go back to fast food. That's not it. That's not what we do. We gain so much, let's not lose it. Let's develop a lifestyle. We're going to continue with this in life. You're strong. You are strong. And even if you didn't do everything you set out to do during these last 4 weeks, you're still strong. You're a champion. You do difficult things. You overcome challenges. That's who you are. And this is not just a course. This is a life change. So we're not just going to be done with this. Does that make sense? The next section is a life plan. You're going to set up how you want to live. How do you want to live for the rest of your life in relation to your physical health? I think this section is a lot about dreaming. While you're doing, you're taking up your eating to another level or same level or whatever, your sleeping, your laughter, your sunshine, your exercise, all the things. Go back through, take another category and just go, oh, you know what? I am going to get more sunshine, or I'm going to go to bed earlier tonight, or whatever the case is. So set up how you want to live in relation to your physical health. And then the last thing, and throughout the 6-week period, in the very back pages of your manual are Bible verses. I encourage you to look them up. I encourage you to read them out loud. I encourage you to mull them over a little bit. Think about them. And then read it in another translation. Maybe choose a paraphrase version this time. Or if you read a paraphrase version, then read a translation. Under each of the references, you're going to see the words write, or rewrite rather, relate, and restore. So rewrite means write it down in your own words. Just take that scripture, whatever it is, and write it down in your own words. Okay, the next thing is relate. How does that scripture relate to me? How does that relate to me? You're going to write that in your own words. And then the last thing is restore. Restore your life through the verse. So how does this verse speak life into you? And write that life down. Write whatever it is. Laughter is good for the bones, is medicine for the bones, rather. Right? So the restore is, I'm going to laugh more so my bones, where my red blood vessels are created, so my bones are healthier. You know, red blood vessels, they're kind of the life of your entire body. So they're affected by your bones being healthy, which is affected by laughter. Are you with me? So this is good stuff. Use these verses to give you life, and then create a positive statement at the end of that restore section about what you're going to do and how that's going to have a positive effect on your life. Whew. That's it. We got it down. The physical manual, you are on your way. You're going to do great. Stick to it. Concentrate. Discipline yourself. And watch your physical health begin to change with your energy levels, your attitudes, your fitness levels, how nice you are after you wake up because you got a whole night's sleep, whatever it is. Things are about to change in your life, and I'm excited. I'm excited to hear about them. I'm excited that you get to change. And I don't know what else to say except for stick to it. This is Terry. Total Life Pursuit. See you later. That whole ending was just terrible. All right. So use this verse to make a positive statement about your life. Take the life in the verse and how it's going to apply to you, and then write out a positive statement like laughter is good for the bones, is medicine for the bones. So write that out. I am going to laugh more, and it's going to be beneficial to my bones. By the way, in your bones, red blood vessels are made. Red blood vessels are the life of your body. You've got like billions and billions of them. And it's very important. The bones are very important when it comes to red blood vessels. Are you with me? So now laughter is going to improve my whole life. And it really does improve your whole life. So you write something like, I am going to laugh and my life will be improved. That's the kind of positive statement I'm talking about. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Get working on the manual, and I'll see you next time in number 2. It's going to be a good one too. Hey, this is Terry with Total Life Pursuit. I'm glad you joined me. See you next time.